We're live. All right, what's good, everybody? So this is probably gonna be my not really last time, but it's gonna be my last time in this room. The next time you see me, I'm probably gonna be in a completely different room. But I'm watching. I'm watching. Welcome to Big Pat's Talk, Sports Talk, and I was very curious about when Odell Beckham Jr. was drafted in 2014, right? Who was his competition? Hopkins, Evans, Antonio Brown, and Julio Jones, right? Now I remember every time they did those rankings, he was always third behind he was always third behind or in front of Mike Evans and Hopkins, but he was never better than Antonio Brown, and he was never better than Julio Jones. Every time they did those rankings, it was always Odell. No, it was always Julio Jones, AB, and Odell Beckham Jr. Odell Beckham Jr. was always ranked third every time they did those charts or those rankings. So this video is not a bashing video. I'm just speaking the truth. And yeah, so who do you think was better, Roma Doomsday or Malik Neighbors? Now, obviously, I never wanted Malik Neighbors, you know, for a few reasons. I've been an LSU fan since early 2000s, since I was 8 years old. You know, I got into the NFL, I got into football when I was around 13. Okay, Um, so I've been a huge LSU fan. Les Miles was there. Um, I didn't really watch too much college football because, I had, I was still going to school and shit like that. So I didn't really catch up on days and years each year. But the year that I know of was 2007 when they was pretty good with Les Miles. They had a lot. They produced a lot of great talent. You know, the Honey Badger, Ryan Clark, Ike Taylor. Who else? Odell Beckham Jr. Now Malik Neighbors, Marcus Spears. So they've created a lot of great talent over the years. My issue with Malik Neighbors is, again, he strikes me as a player that is going to do him. Like he's not a team player. He doesn't strike me as a team player. You know, he doesn't strike me as a player that's going to rally around the troops and say, okay, if we're down by 2 touchdowns, let's get this thing going. Like he's not going to be the Dak Prescott of the NFL. He's going to be the Cam Newton of the NFL. Like every time the Panthers was down, where did you see Cam Newton? On the other side of the bench by himself with a towel over his head. Now, will Malik Neighbors carry on to that trait? Time will tell. But LSU receivers are different, man. They're not your northern type of they're not your northeast type receivers. They're not. They're different, you know? They all different from the same cloth. The only person that wasn't really different was Ruben Randall. I remember when we drafted Ruben Randall. Let me see. But I remember when we drafted Ruben Randall. He was a solid pick. Tall receiver. You know, um, I remember when we drafted Ruben Randall. Um, I think only played like 2 years for us. Yeah, he's 6'2". Um, he was the second round pick. He was the second round pick in 2012. So he was drafted two years after Odell Beckham Jr. Right? Ruben Randall. If anybody know who Ruben Randall was a number one receiver. Well, he was trying to be the number one receiver for the New York Giants. He played at LSU from 2009 through 2011. He declared for the 2012 NFL draft, and he only played 2 years for us. No, actually, to 12, 13, 14, 15, 3 years for us. He played 3 years for us, and then after that, he went to the Eagles 2016, and then after that, Chicago Bears was his last stance, and then he went to the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. He scored 20 touchdowns, 188 receptions, 2,644 yards. Um, on May 22nd, 2018, the Winnipeg Blue Bombers of the Canadian Football League (CFL) announced they had signed Randall to a contract. He was released on June 9th. So right now he's a free agent. Like he had such a good promise, and this is him right here. This is him right here. This is Ruben Randall. For the people who don't know who Ruben Randall was, he was the LSU player. Um, he was the LSU wide receiver. He played along Odell, I believe. No, I think he played before Odell Beckham Jr. got there. No, no, I believe they were teammates. Yeah, I believe they were teammates. Yeah, because he was drafted in 2012, and like 12 and like 2 years later, they drafted Odell Beckham Jr. So they were teammates. I don't know if they played together at LSU, but they were teammates. But yeah, man, he had very high potential, man. A lot of people, and then after that, he just disappeared, and then we traded him to the. There's something about the Eagles, like now that I think about it, Steve Smith, right? Y'all remember Steve Smith? Our Steve Smith, number 12. He went to the Eagles. Now Saquon Barkley went to the Eagles. So it's kind of like a chain reaction, Very weird. I guess they wanted to stay with. I guess they wanted to stay within the division. That's why I think they didn't want to really go too far, you know. Uh, Hello, coming. But anyways, that was my mom calling me. Anyway, oh, she came early. But anyways, I'm gonna have to postpone this video for like another day. But let me know. Let me know in the comment section who was a better receiver, Malik Neighbors or Doomsday, Roma Doomsday. Like, comment, subscribe. Till next time, take care of yourself and each other.